Warmdown Pod with Jose and Saucy.
The Warmdown Pod is brought to you by SW Strategies and Fight Zone and is recorded at 24A ASEAN Road. Trigger warning. This recording may include harsh words, and we apologize in advance if you are offended.
Welcome back to the Warmdown Pod, and guess what? We are into another episode, and this is a good week because there's a huge opportunity for us to talk about the Singapore Premier League, and with me to talk about it is Saucy. And what's going on, Saucy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm excited to be here. Coming to the business end of the season for all the leagues, right?
Yep.
I'm excited. I mean, there's so many things to predict, so many things to. It's Manchester United, Liverpool this weekend.
Yes, I know. And apart from that, we've got early plans for World Cup. We see MediaCorp's promotion of the World Cup.
I know, man.
I missed the.
No, the early bird is over already.
I don't know whether I'm going to end up watching all the matches.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe what I might do is because the timing doesn't really work. Right. So maybe for the bigger games, I can go to watch it at the community club or something. Or I don't think I'm going to be able to watch every single match.
Every single game, right? Yeah.
So we've got World Cup coming. And then we're also going to talk about the FIFA ASEAN Cup. There's some developments.
Okay.
Interestingly, right? And then we're also going to talk about Tadanari Lee.
Oh,
Of course, we must talk about Tadanari Lee.
yes.
You see, journalist Joe's actually interviewed Tadanari Lee and he talked straight up performance. And then obviously, we have got to look forward to May the 9th, which is happening this weekend, right?
This weekend, and we will know who we will play against. I know who I'm hoping for.
I know you said Japan, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of our draw, but I guess there'll be a lot of time for
discussion, yes.
To plan and prepare. And also, there was also news information floating around that Singapore's going to play against China in the June windows.
Yeah. That's not confirmed yet?
Well,
it's not announced yet.
Confirmed by everyone else except the Football Association who hasn't said a single thing about it yet. But here's the other thing which was really interesting. It's quite funny also as well. And there's a Singapore link to this. Scott Parker was relieved of his role at Burnley.
Yeah.
And they then announced the replacement. Michael Jackson, bro.
Yes, I know.
And then the memes.
They're coming out. It's crazy, right?
Obviously, I put something out of game as goal, and then I got a message from Sean Bai. Sean Bai is one of the appointment holders at Football Association, and he's also the key officer at Burnley, right? He told me, bro, Michael Jackson, the coach was so embarrassed by it. He asked to change his name to, for the announcer put Mike Jackson instead. No, but the memes were amazing, right? It's like, what's
I know, man.
What's he gonna say when Burnley is having issues? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Are you okay? Right? So it was a wow, there's a Singapore link, Sean Bai, and
Hello, Sean Bai.
so, but anyway, let's get into the discussion proper. Congratulations, I guess, he would be in order for Alliance City Sailors.
Are they mathematically over yet?
Well, as we record this,
They
they're just one win away.
Yeah, 1 win away.
Sealing it. And I think when this airs, they would already
Have sealed it, right?
if
Yeah.
they
Beat Tampines. Yeah.
So, as our listeners know, we record this ahead of time, but we're just 24 hours away from that match.
Yeah.
And if LCS makes it, they are champions. So I think our discussion point really isn't about whether they deserve the.
Did they do enough? Honestly, with the squad they have, did you see post-match interview of Noah Lee?
No, tell me what happened.
He was like, the bench, they got 6 players on the bench, and the 6 players come up, but the players on the bench were significant. Shabal Anwar is there.
Yeah.
Right. You got Haris Harun there.
Yeah.
Right. And then you got Bailey Wright there as well, right?
Yeah.
He said the SPL is too easy for this team, right?
No, I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm never going to watch any more post-match interviews because the only post-match interviews I wait for is Noah Lamshan. That's the only honest post-match interview I will listen to. But then even now,
Don't you think our league needs more color and that post-match interviews, that fury. Yeah, all plays for a good game, right? Yeah.
But since we're on the subject of Tanjung Pagar and Kuala Lumpur,
Uh-huh.
great wine is they're going to have a new leadership team.
I heard that too. Yeah.
Let's see what happens, and let's not sidetrack from our discussion about Lion City.
Yeah.
So this year they won the Singapore Cup,
Uh-huh.
3 cups on the truck,
Yeah.
hat-trick of Singapore Cups, and like you said, right?
Yeah, currently champions elect.
Likelihood they will be the champions.
Yeah, champions elect. I mean, it is what it is, right?
So they would have won the domestic double,
Mm.
not the treble, because you know what, Tampines was beaten in the charity shield with us.
Yeah.
But the double, the big ones, right? The Singapore Premier League and Singapore Cup. But my question to you, Sasi, is that good enough for them?
I think it's a very clear sign that they didn't do enough is where Rankovic was dismissed. He was dismissed, like, I think the moment they lost a game in the Shopee Cup, if I'm not wrong, to the Cambodian team.
Yeah.
It was...
Yeah.
You cannot fathom losing to a Cambodian team, especially if you're Lion City Sailors, right?
And especially when you're playing in your Bosses Cup, Shopee Cup is your Bosses Cup. It's a foreign cup.
Yeah, it is, right?
And then you're going to lose to
A Cambodian team. I think that clearly immediate. I mean, I realized with the management of Lion City Sailors, they've been quick to make changes. They don't wait, right? I don't know. I think this is the point maybe bring up for Firdaus Qasim, but
I'm very discriminated.
but they don't wait. They didn't wait.
The same people,
Yeah, we're talking about the same people. So I was like, my thought process was like, oh, okay, they're very quick to remove people at Lion City Sailors.
Then Firdaus Qasim, one whole year,
Yeah.
right? 1 win or 2 wins or whatever, 2 wins, half the win is like, fake win.
They were so quick to remove that Korean coach, right? I can't remember his name. Right now.
Korean coach was grabbing people's neck.
Yeah, I know, man. The moment that happened, that's it, gone, right? And then Rankovic, he did very well, right? He did very well initially. That amazing ACL2 run last year, right?
Yeah.
If they had the same run this year, they'd be meeting Gamba Osaka and Al Nassr, right? You can imagine watching a match where Ronaldo's playing against Lion City Sailors. So they didn't have that. They didn't go out of group stage at ACL2, correct? Am I right?
Yeah.
At Shopee Cup, they were
Abysmal. That's the word.
horrible. Abysmal, yes. It's definitely not enough. It's and they have a big enough squad. My God, they could make 3 teams. You get what I mean?
You think about the quality of the players.
Yeah.
Right, and to your point about Noali's post-match conference, right? They've got Leonard T, very good Anderson Lopez.
Yeah.
Got A. Right? They've got Haris Al and Shawwal Anwar.
Yeah. Crazy squad.
What kind of a squad is this? And it's to a point where even Izwan Mahmood has got no place. He's got to send to the young lion, and get propo every weekend.
My God, yeah.
Right? So, that's the kind of quality the club has got. But in my view, I think a domestic double is an underachievement.
It's definitely an underachievement. I mean, they have definitely not achieved enough. And if you look at their how much did the back Champions League season contribute to them, Singapore not having an ACL elite slot?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know, right? But
Yeah.
it was definitely a contribution, right? If you look at it, ACL2, Tampines Rovers was 1 match away. They were in the quarterfinals, right?
So, when Lion City Sailors was first taken over by Forex, one of the things he did say was he wants to have a team which represents Singapore at the highest levels in Asian competitions. So there's a lot of eyeballs, which come into for the country, right? Which is why it's Lion City Sailors.
Yeah.
City. You know what? It's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. He's not gone there. He's not achieved ACL elite.
It was recently changed to ACL Elite and ACL2, correct?
Yeah.
About a couple of years back.
Yeah. You've watched a couple of matches in the ACL elite.
Yeah.
Or JDT plays ACL elite, right? Obviously, Saudi plays in there.
Yeah.
Right, Makita Zaldia, the Japanese team played there.
Yeah.
Plays in there.
They are a class above, man.
No way would. I'm not taking anything away from the players, right?
Yeah.
But the standards are a lot higher.
Yeah.
It's a lot more intense.
Yeah.
It's,
and that's why they got an experienced coach now, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, the reason is they need to go be above and beyond.
You're talking about Jesus Casas.
Yes, I'm talking about Jesus.
Can we do a
Right?
switcheroo for them? Like, get Jesus to head up to Young Lions and then send Firdaus Kasim to Young Lions. I mean,
The Lion City Sailors.
I mean, they can switch players around. I'm sure they can do something for the national team as well. Or maybe why not send Jesus to the national team?
Yeah.
Like Gavin can go and take the Young Lions. And hey, just experiment a little bit.
Well, I mean that's the point they made. Jesus was interviewing for the national team coach,
Yes.
right? Something must have happened there that Gavin did extremely well. They had to give it Gavin, right? And then Jesus comes along and Lion City Sailors get dumped out of Shopee Cup, right?
Yeah.
Immediately he gets a position. He will be expected to do well next season. But at the end of the day, how much well can you do when you play with the likes of Tanjung Pagar Young Lions every week in the league, right? How are you going to up your game? I mean, we both watched the semi-final, right? ASEAN Elite semi-final. How are you going to up your game to play against the Giants of Asia?
I'm going to say this, but I'm sure some of the teams would disagree with me or they get upset. It's Farmers League, it some sense.
Farmers League.
Yes. Play against Tanjung Pagar, and then you play against Young Lions, and then you play against no, I shouldn't say Balestier. Balestier isn't too bad this year. In fact, I have a feeling Marco Kraljic might end up becoming the coach of the year this year.
Really?
Who else needs?
No,
Cambridge was at 5 coaches.
no, I agree with you, but I am. This is what I'm going for. I'm going for Mr. Noor Ali to come up with some magic the last 3 games because they played Balestier twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct. So
Yeah.
that could actually turn the tables, right? So I have a feeling between these two of them, Marco.
No, there's no other option other than is the Albirex coach. I can't remember his name right now. That is a possibility, right? But I think you should go to either one of those two, Marco or Noor Ali, right? Yeah, I'm a big Noor Ali fan, so yeah.
I don't see anyone else, being coach of the year.
Jesus came in too late.
No, yes, absolutely. The question. Give it to Akbar Nawaz, because he won the community shield with Tampines Rovers, but nominate him.
Imagine if nothing happened, Akbar Nawaz was still a coach. Would we be going down to the wire with LCS?
Actually, it's a good question, but I don't know.
If Tampines wasn't going through this turmoil, right?
You see, there's one thing there's one saying which I strongly subscribe to, right? This question. You know what I say, right? If my auntie had balls, she'll be my uncle.
Yeah. Okay.
If there's no ifs,
Yeah.
use the data and the evidence which is on hand, right?
Yeah.
The truth is, we will not know because it never happened.
It never happened. Yeah. If you use the data from that community shield where they literally dominated the game, and I think that's wise. Like you said, Akbar Nawaz could be named coach of the year, and
If again, I don't know what's his role right now in Hougang, whether he's the technical director or whether he's actually doing the coaching or the team management for the main team. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
That's another question altogether.
Yeah.
Because that's another shite club altogether. Sorry, not shite club, but a questionable club where they've not done enough investments into the team, into the club, in trying to make it. Right. So the fact is, anyways, I don't know what exactly is his role there, but it also seems to be like he's involved with the match day management for the SPL. So maybe that's where his passion lies, or maybe that's where his intensity lies, or maybe that's where he always gets itchy wanting to get involved with the action, getting into the heat of the action. Right? I don't know, but when it comes down to the coach of the year this year, I think it's among Albirex, Balestier, or Geylang.
Yeah.
Right. But if you don't think about the standings, then Albirex will be probably higher than both Balestier or Geylang.
No, but at the end of the day, I don't think we can look at standings this year, right? If you think about it, I don't even know who's going to be player of the year this year.
Yeah. So think about that, right?
Yeah.
Firstly, who do you think are the players who have stood out for you from Lion City Sailors, and maybe for the rest of the league? Stood out,
Lion City Sailors. They've got a squad that they changed so much, right? I absolutely love that the Australian defender, Billy Wright. I think he scored a few goals as well. commanding at the back, strong, not giving up. The player that stood out for me also is Bart Ramsla. He's part of a lot of transitions that happen in licensed sales. When they switch, I don't think he's in the charts, top scorer charts or the assist charts, but he stood out for me. Tampines wise, Shah Hiran stood out for me. I think he's one of the best local players around. Extremely fit, always want to get involved, right? That forward-looking, when he played for the national team, couple of positions he played in, I felt that wasn't his best position. But in Tampines, he extremely fit, strong, brilliant player. What about for you? Who stood out for you?
The Croats in Balestier stood
Yeah.
out, all three of them.
Yeah,
The goalkeeper Susak
yeah,
also stood out. I think Shinku Nakano from Albirex
Yeah.
has had a tremendous season. He's really grown from, I think, the previous season.
yeah,
I've also been impressed with Tampines' Higashikawa.
yeah.
Higashikawa. Yeah, so I think
He's the top scorer, right?
yes,
Yeah.
I think he also Higashikawa. I think he had if not for him, I don't think Tampines would be up
Yeah.
there
Correct.
as well, because he came in, scored vital goals, vital time.
Yeah.
And remember that one crazy match. I think they won it at the deck.
Yeah.
Was it the Gala?
It was the Eastern Derby. He stood out where he needed to, yes.
Right, but he's top scorer as of now. So I think
Yeah.
in terms of the national players, the ones who are in the first 11, the national team, the Lions, right? I don't think I saw many of them in action in Singapore,
Yeah.
right? I mean, Izwan Popular, after his transfer from Young Lions, he's been picking the ball up on the net more times.
Last weekend was bad, no? 8-1 to Tampines.
Then you've got I mean the bulk of other players like the Iksan brothers, the Funny brothers are all playing away, right? Shawang hasn't had much playing time in the last couple of weeks, and so Shah Sharan, I think he's done well.
Yeah. He's done well. Yeah, if you talk about the national team, who's been playing constantly?
In Singapore, I don't
No.
think we've seen.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Because a lot of them are also. I mean, the part of the team.
Is playing overseas, yeah.
Jacob Mahler also. I think Jacob Mahler has been playing. The thing is, he has not stood up. Even though I think the matches which I watched for Tampines, he's had decent games.
Yeah, he has not stood out so much.
And actually, he is also one of those who scored in the Eastern Derby.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jacob Mahler, the Stewart brothers,
Yeah.
right? But are they both away? Let me see.
Yeah, they're both away, right?
Well, both playing away.
Yeah.
We've had even the Raihan brothers, Stewart brothers are also playing overseas. So we've not really seen that many
Yeah.
Lions in action in Singapore. And I think that's problematic, right? So which is why hopefully this June period ahead of the ASEAN Football Federation Hyundai Cup, hopefully there's a lot more time for them to get together.
Yeah.
And which kind of like is a perfect segue for us to talk about this the tournaments which are happening
Yeah.
in this part of the region. So first would be the ASEAN Football Federation Hyundai Cup, which is
Which is coming soon, right? Yeah. That is the Hyundai Cup, AFF Cup. And then we have the FIFA window, FIFA ASEAN Cup. How's that going to happen, right? Do you have...
Well,
I thought it's going to be in two formats.
so let's come to that later, right? But before that, the Hyundai Cup, what do you think would be a fair outcome for Gavin Lee for the ASEAN Football Federation Hyundai Cup? What would be a fair outcome for him?
I think we're not in an easy group.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're not in an easy group.
Yeah.
And but having qualified for the Asian Cup, Gavin's minimum target has to be semis, right? From semis, every game is on its own, right? He has to. But getting the semis itself is going to be tough because I think if we look at the group we're in, it's not easy. It's not going to be easy. So his minimum target is to do well in that group and actually get the team playing well, right?
Yeah. And but you know what? My concern, I mean, just so our listeners who are to get up to speed, right? Who are we playing against? Who we have in our group? We've got Vietnam,
Yeah,
Indonesia, Cambodia,
yeah,
either Timor-Leste or Brunei, right?
yeah.
So we've got Vietnam to come up against, not easy. We've got Indonesia to come up against, not easy.
Not easy. Yeah,
And then we've got Cambodia, which is also not exactly.
not exactly a walkover anymore.
So here's the thing. There are only a few outcomes. There are two outcomes. We don't make the semi-finals or we make the semi-finals. There are
Yeah.
two outcomes.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen if we don't make the semi-finals? How will the public react to that?
The public is gonna react that, it's a massive reaction, right? Is Kevin's gonna have pressure to add players or to change his squad for his Asian Cup campaign. It is gonna happen.
And
Yeah.
if he doesn't make it, right, would that bubble burst for him? Because right now I still think he's on a bit of a
High.
high.
Yeah.
Would he be dragged down to earth in that eventuality?
That we don't make the semis, right? Likelihood is very high. Likelihood is very high, and with all our players, a lot of our players playing overseas, they also got to get released for this cup.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? It is not a shoe in that all federations, all clubs are just going to release players to come and play for you. With bulk of our players, even Safwan is in Selangor right now. Get bulk of the key players are overseas, right? It may prove to be better for them because they play against better opposition week in, week out, right? Yet to be seen whether everybody will release. If everybody is released, I want Gavin to aim for the semis first and take each match as it comes, right? Vietnam, Indonesia, those are the key concerns.
Yeah.
Vietnam, Indonesia, Singapore, somebody's not going to go to the semis.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah. So let's see how he fares, and if he doesn't topple over against Vietnam or Indonesia, he stands a chance.
Yeah. So on the flip side, if he does make it to the semi-finals, I think he's gonna be on cloud nine.
Yeah.
And there'll be a lot of confidence for the team.
Yeah.
Which is what we hope happens. Right? I mean, us being football fans, we hope the team makes it to the semi-finals because then it'll be electrifying, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, to your point, if the other if the other clubs do not release their national players, because this event is outside the FIFA window, one way to look at it is that means we have a chance. What? So that's that, right? So, but the FIFA ASEAN Cup, again, there's not been any official announcement yet, but South China Morning Post story
Says that Hong Kong is in the cup, right?
Hong Kong is,
How did that happen?
I don't know. You can't organize a FIFA ASEAN Cup and have it as the same format or the same teams as the AFF
Yeah.
Cup because it does make sense. So there's always been some chatter about possibly Hong Kong, India, Australia getting involved, right? So maybe that's what it is. You get some of these teams involved in Hong Kong. It's a great idea. So you realize
Hong Kong's at a very decent level. Yeah.
you realize it, right? If you had either Hong Kong, India, or Australia taking part
Uh-huh.
in the FIFA ASEAN Cup, that will be tons of eyeballs onto the competition.
Exactly.
And for Hong Kong, because there's the greater China spectatorship, right? So again, if you think about it, it's not a bad move. It's also bringing a lot of attention to ASEAN football,
Yeah.
right? In a country where there's a lot of eyeballs. So
No, I'm for that decision.
Right.
Right?
So I'm for the division also because look, Singapore beat Hong Kong, right?
Yeah.
So
Then Singapore beat Hong Kong. We did.
So as of now, we've got Indonesia hosting one group, which includes all the Vietnams, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand. And then you've got Hong Kong hosting another group, which has got all the weaker teams like Brunei, Timor-Leste, Cambodia, Myanmar, Laos, right? But in the end, you're going to meet in the semi-finals. You have like the strong teams and the weak teams. And then
How's that going to work, right? So your semi-finals. I think they haven't announced the format yet.
They haven't announced
Yeah, they haven't announced the format yet. It might not be that 2-2.
Yeah.
It might not be 2-2, but yeah, it's highly unlikely because the first it looks like a Division 1, Division 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
It looks like Division 1, Division 2. You got all the good teams in this side. And then, yeah, so I believe.
Anyway, so I'm just waiting to see what actually comes out of there. I mean, waiting for the announcement to be made.
And it's going to be a longer FIFA window that time. It's about 3 weeks, right? So let's see. That cup has to take place in the entirety of 3 weeks, and it's going to be honestly for a local football fan. There's a lot of football to watch. This year is going to be great. There's the World Cup.
Yes, you've got the Hyundai Cup,
You got the Hyundai Cup, and then you got the
FIFA ASEAN Cup, and then by then you'll have the ACL Elite, you've got the ACL Cup, the ACL 2, then you've got Shopee Cup.
and then the Asian Cup starts next year.
Then next year, SEA Games.
Oh yes,
Then the Asian Cup, sorry, before the
Yeah.
before SEA Games, you've got
the
Asian
Asian
Cup.
Cup. Yeah,
It's like non-stop.
brilliant, non-stop, right?
Do people think of so much money when buy tickets or what? Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
tell me what's happening in the world of fitness.
Oh, fitness tips time. You know, one of the things I really highly recommend if you are getting started in fitness, don't think about, okay, I'm going to have a 1.5 hour workout.
Okay.
No, don't.
Okay.
Why? Right? Don't fall into that trap because everybody says that 1 hour is only don't know how many percent of your day, right? But let's face the fact, you got to sleep for 8-9 hours. You got the rest of the day. You want to get started. If you take up too much time, you're not going to get it done 3-4 times a week. You want to get something done, you want to get started, start off 20-30 minutes, right? 20-30 minutes. You can do something simple. You can skip. You can do a workout routine. Write down the exercises you're going to do before you even do that, right? And with this day and age where everybody wears an Apple Watch or tracker, track your progress, track your workouts. Please do look at your heart rates. Look at what's your maximum. Look at what's your maximum, right? And if you're really unfit, right, you know where you're feeling the most exhausted. Look at the heart rate and try to max the next time. Right? Another tip I'm going to give you is if you do a 20-30 minutes, the last 2-3 minutes, get rested, and the last 2-3 minutes, go all out. Make it a finisher. If you're going to do a sprint up a hill, go sprint up a hill. If you're going to run up that stairs, run up that stairs.
Okay.
Make it a finisher and signify the end of your workout. 20-30 minutes is a lot more palatable for a working adult.
Okay.
And if you do that 2-3 times a week, you realize 6 weeks down the road, you're going to be way better than when you started. That's my fitness tip for you. Right.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Sasi, and it's been a great episode. We went through a lot today, and
Yeah.
just reminding our listeners that next week we're going to talk about our Asian Cup draw, and
Let's pick up, Joe.
we're looking forward to it.
I am looking forward to it.
So, see all of you, and
See you guys. Catch up again. Bye-bye.
Pod is brought to you by SW Strategies and Fight Zone. Tune in again next week for another episode.